Hello, people of Sense Study Group. What we're going to do today is take inspiration from Moshe's FI with Ronnie and just kind of follow some of the principles that he was using. So Janet's going to actually do the FI and I'm going to be her student, and that way I can talk Janet through this because she wasn't able to see the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start standing, and Janet's just going to see where I am right now, right here. And she'll look at me and get an idea of how my pattern is. And then what she can do is use her hand to just kind of check the pattern.
So for the study group, want me to step behind you?
Yeah, it's probably easier to step behind. One thing she can do is, which way does my weight fall easier to? Does it fall easier onto the left foot or onto the right foot?
Seems like the left foot.
Okay. Do I turn easier to the left or do I turn a little easier to the right?
To the right.
Okay. And then you can see one arm's a little longer, one arm's a little shorter, so she can just kind of play around with like a little side bending movement with the ribs and see, do I side bend a little bit easier one way or the other way? That's the one way. That's the other way. And then the pattern, is there one pattern which is the combination of all these things that's the easiest for me right now? Be a combination of rotation, side bending, flexion.
It feels like it's this.
Yeah. And you can try from the ribs, you can try from the shoulder. Yeah, it's interesting because it's when Bobby did this with me earlier, my pattern was a little different. Now, to double check it, take me in the exact opposite movement of the pattern. Notice that there's a little more resistance. So there's the easy one. And if you go the opposite way,
Yeah.
not so easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's a nice way of checking. If something just falls in place real easy, and then when you take it in the opposite direction and you're feeling that resistance, then chances are you found the pattern. So the next step is to see how that pattern translates into the person sitting. Right, you can think about the sit bone. Which sit bone's easier to move to? So weight shift easier to the left sit bone or the right sit bone?
Looks like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same. There you go.
And then if I try to go the other way, kind of doesn't. Not so much.
Yeah.
That is easy.
Yeah, so that feels super easy and nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that you have this pattern, build on it.
It's still rotational or side bending.
And follow the easy way. Good, and reverse it.
Mm. Okay.
Think about your in-betweens. How does the weight shift on the chair? What gets shorter, what gets longer? Yeah, feel the two hands working together. It's kind of equal and opposite with the hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then take me down again. And we can think about Mia, right? So stop there. And what can happen so I can go a little bit more?
Okay.
Uh,
No.
Good, yeah, and see, we found that little bit more.
There. To the left and back here.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I just felt something open on the right hip. You can bring me back. Okay, now take a look and let's see if anything's changed. Oh, yeah.
Looking to just, what do you
Yeah.
mean by take a look? I'm sorry. Just.
Well, you took me into the pattern, you
Mhm.
created changes, you got everything to go through. So now we just want to look at me sitting in a neutral position. And I'm feeling what's changing in the way I'm sitting, and what I feel is more length here.
Mhm.
And I'm feeling like I'm even more on my right sit bone.
And it looks like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna work me into the pattern, and then you're gonna explore different variations. You know, you could almost think of what's this lesson? Sun rays, right? You could almost think of just using the pattern and then taking it into like a sun rays type thing. And now what you can do is you can kind of play around with this if you want a little bit. And right kind of little.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and now you could explore the opposite, right? So
Mhm.
now you know it's the same pattern, but on the other side, and you can feel that's more readily available
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
where it wasn't before. Good. How's contact changing on the chair, my pelvis?
Okay.
There you go. And now you can think of my back on the chair, right? And how you can use that.
Hmm.
Yeah, do you feel?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you can find support, and as you find support and bring me into the chair. You can find how other parts can kind of release. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about the shoulder blades, think about the part of the spine in between. Good. Now think about how you can bring where your hands are, that part of the spine, a little bit towards the chair. A little away and a little toward. There you go. Yep, keep going. Yep. There you go.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you started walking over, I'm like, oh, I hope you're gonna talk to me again. And then like, when you try to get. Oh, like, oh,
I'm
you're
curious about the spinal area of my brain, just.
Mhm.
Are you ready, Kate?
Basically, it's interesting for me to use a chair as a floor. for the table.
Yeah. And you can. And you can feel how you can get the folding over this hand here, how that ribs can fold there. Yeah. And now feel as you fold that area and you feel how the other part of me is getting support from the chair.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can use the chair as the floor.
That's the first time I've tried that.
And for people who aren't able to lie down, that's going to be very useful to think about that.
Mm.
Sit up. Yeah. Yes. Feeling just very, very balanced over my sit bones right now.
Yes, really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, big changes all around through here and here. And yeah, I don't feel as held in this area right there. That feels really free. Okay, now a nice way that you can kind of finish this up, and I'm gonna turn the camera because you're gonna be kind of doing stuff with my head. So I think sideways will be a better view for people.
You have to talk me through this.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you remember that the hand position, the thumbs are kind of here, index finger is kind of by the occiput there.
Mhm.
Good. Now, what you can think of, if you think about lifting up through the arch of your foot. Yeah, make that a little bigger. You feel how you get a little taller?
Yes.
Good. Now feel like you get taller and take your hands as you get taller. Good. Now, do you feel how you have my pelvis?
So, let me think.
Now start, let your feet drop.
Mhm,
Okay, now you don't have my pelvis.
mhm,
And move my head a little bit when you don't have my pelvis.
mhm.
And you can feel it. I can move a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay. But now what you want to think about is just think about getting up over your feet and think about that. Yeah, that's about all you have to lift.
Mm.
But you can't drop, if you drop the head, you don't have the pelvis. Do you feel how you have my pelvis?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, now make the little movement. You feel how that's going right down to the pelvis?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, drop my head a little bit. Do the same movement. It's not really connecting to the pelvis,
No,
right? So if you, and we did that on the floor with Leora, right? You would lift the head upward towards the ceiling so you could feel all the way down to the pelvis. Well, that's the same idea with this.
mhm.
Is feeling the head lift so you can actually feel the pelvis and good. And now you can, if you want, you could play a little bit with the head up and down. There we go. And think about the sit bones when you're a little behind the sit bone. And then how you're going to go a little toward the front of the sit bone. There you go. But keep the feeling like you have to hit the pelvis.
Mhm.
That's the tricky part of this is you have to keep the connection. So you can't drop or let the head go. Good. So now the thing you can do is translate the head so you can find the one sit bone. Yep, the nose is going to stay toward the front. And you can translate that. They had to find the other one. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and what you can do with your feet,
Mhm.
think like you're going to play tennis or pickleball.
Okay.
So, okay. So what you want to do is sit back with your hips a little bit. Bring your feet a little out.
Now, oh,
Yeah,
this.
like that. Right,
Mhm.
good. So now what you're doing, you're in an athletic stance.
Okay.
Okay, so think of the head coming up. And you can straighten your knees a little, do that. Now shift your weight to one side.
It's easier.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shift your weight to the center. Now shift your weight to the other foot.
Mhm.
See?
Much easier. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the nice thing about the athletic stance. You're balanced
Mhm.
and your legs are in a good position. And now you can just kind of shift around.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then if you think about, the side bending,
Mhm.
one ear, yeah, don't let go of the head down.
Okay.
And what you can do what you want me to do. So you side bend. There you go.
Mhm.
Your hands don't have to do anything. If you side bend, your hands will follow your side bending. Feel the difference?
Mhm. This is easier. Or maybe I'm easier this way. And then,
Yeah, and if it doesn't feel easy, just slow it down.
okay.
Eventually you can start. Now you're exploring my
Mhm.
pattern,
Mhm.
which is fine. Then explore it on the other side. There you go.
That's a little bit of something limiting here.
Yeah, so make sure the hands are even, make sure the head's up.
And take my give myself.
Yeah,
a
give
break and
yourself a break. Yeah.
Reset, okay.
Yeah, if you almost think like you're doing Tai Chi with it,
Oh, okay. That's easier to think that way.
yeah,
Mhm.
because now you're feeling all of yourself getting into the movement. So nice. Yeah, make sure you're where you want to be with your hands, so you have a good handle. Now you make sure that you can feel the pelvis. And now, yeah. Yeah, that's nice and fluid. So if you're gonna make circle, make it slow, right? You have to
Mhm.
feel what the head needs to do, right? Right here, the
Right.
chin needs to tuck. Then the head needs to tilt. Right, then something has to happen with the chin and the head to come forward.
I'm just gonna let this relax, because something's
Yeah,
not letting go.
there you go.
Mhm. Sorry, what you call this?
So now you have to think, I have to come in front of that left sit bone. So are you gonna bring my head in front? Yeah, and to make sure your feetings, you have good footing,
Mhm.
because if,
There,
yeah,
there, I got it.
yeah,
Awesome, thank you.
yeah, go back and carve that if that's not clear.
Mhm.
There you go. Now think of the arc. The chin's gonna make an arc. The chin's gonna arc. Good. Now, how do you bring it? How do you bring it forward? The chin forward in the arc. See how this chin goes with that other side? Good.
Mhm.
Come back forward. Feel like you're on top of my sit bones. There you go. Okay, now find the left sit bone. Reverse it. That's slow.
Okay,
Feel the contact with the chair. Okay, now use the feel using the contact of the chair to go where you want on the chair. Make the path on the chair with the pelvis. There you go. Because
yeah,
you want to think that your hands are connected to my pelvis. You're moving my pelvis through with your hands. Movement with your pelvis. There you go. You see when you get your
Yeah.
pelvis involved. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's good. That's nice and smooth.
Yeah, it made a difference once I got my pelvis involved, like, oh, this is much easier.
Yeah, because when you're moving from your center,
Mhm.
then the rest of you softens and the
Uh-huh.
rest of you is just going with.
Yeah,
And not initiating from here, initiating from down here makes it just tremendous. difference. To make this lesson easier to do because I'm so tall and my hips are lower than my knees, we should have had you, we should have had me sitting on this before you even started. But you know what? You did it without a difficulty, without a problem, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, this, you can see my hip joints are a little higher than my knees, and this is the position you want somebody in. Yeah, so think about where you want your feet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so what you can do. Okay. Now extend your arms and move your feet back because you're good. Yeah, even more if you can. Yeah, okay, your arms are extended. Okay, so the first thing, right, is you want to make sure you have my pelvis. So I need to come up a little. There you go. Now think about, you're going to tip and roll me in front of my sit bones, and you're going to roll my belly button toward the floor. Yeah. Roll the belly button toward the floor. There you go. Yeah, so now you got to bring me up, right? So yeah, get me over my feet.
Oh, okay.
You want me, okay,
back
let's
down.
do it again.
Yeah, I didn't get out.
Okay, so the idea
Uh-huh.
is once I'm up, you want to feel that my weight is just in front of my heel. And once you feel that in front of the heel, then, then what you're going to do is you're going to think about standing up. You're not going to think about standing me up. So you're going to come forward, maybe you'll round a little bit. And then when it's time for me to get up, you're just going to stand up like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Give it a try.
Yeah. So yeah, let yourself round forward to bring me down. But the first thing is you have to make sure that my head's a little lifted and you have my pelvis. Good. Now step back and round. Stand up.
Oops, I don't
Stand
have
up.
Oops.
Yep, stand up. And yep, keep standing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And we can just finish. So people can just kind of see the difference of how I am now. And if you look at my hands, I mean, my hands are symmetrical. The shoulders are symmetrical. My head, my ears are pretty balanced and symmetrical. My turning is symmetrical.